Howdy gamers, today we're going to find out what this little thing can do. I'll be giving it a low speed tandem drift tune, and I'll make sure to bring you guys in on every step that I take. That way you'll have a fun car to drive and might learn something along the way. Well, let's get right into it. Let's hop into the upgrades, and right off the bat of course we want to move it to rear wheel drive. And just giving a quick peek at the engine, I think we're going to be able to leave the stock engine in it and get some good numbers. And to be honest, I think I like the stock look of the body, so I'm going to go ahead and just skip aero and appearance. As you all know, for low speed tandem builds, we leave it on stock tire compound. I'll pump the rears up to 245, and I think we're going to try 235 in the front. I'm going to space it out in the rear just by 1, and I think the car will sit just right by spacing it out by 2. I'm going to throw the RPF1s on this thing because somehow RPF1s literally just look good on everything. I'm giving it 18-inch rims on both the front and rear. Of course, you guys just always want to max out your drivetrain. And I maxed everything out in platform and handling, including the roll cage and the weight reduction. Pause. After recording this video, I actually made some revisions to the tune, so it's now actually running street weight reduction, but everything else stays the same. I'll also update you guys on the tune numbers at the end of the video. You know the drill, always put the race flywheel on. And for the engine, I got it to exactly 550 horsepower by putting on a race intake, a race fuel system, a race ignition, sport camshaft, sport valves, a race engine block, a race turbo, and street oil and cooling. A tip I'll give you guys is just right after upgrading your car, hop into the tuning and just try and throw on a base tune, just so you start somewhere instead of having to deal with a stock grippy car. Alright, I've just got the base tune applied to this thing, see how it handles. That was actually pretty controllable through that entry. I was expecting it to be a little loose and maybe come out of angle or over rotate. So far it's definitely a little bit fast, but of course we can tune that out. Seems like a lot of the builds recently have been decently fast actually. Pretty decent. It's a little wobbly in the front end, but just work on it a little bit and we'll get it nice and smooth. Oh god. Okay, we almost stalled that. Drop the clutch and let it just ride out. Oh god, now we're over rotating. It's early entry, but I think it'll work. Okay, now it's at lock and holding still. That was better. God, we got wobbly there though. After messing around with the tire pressure and the alignment a little bit, I think it's feeling pretty decent just for holding at angle. Because entries like that feel really smooth. I just kind of keep it at lock and it likes to stay there. Also for around right here, it can just hold at lock and just kind of stay happy. It's right around lock like it should be. It's interesting, this thing actually feels kind of similar to my 240 or my S13, which I'm definitely happy about. Still not there yet, but we got a lot more tuning to do. Okay, we lost some speed there. Mess around with the gearing a little bit. No, see, I think, of course, it being a like all turbo 4-cylinder, I think it needs the shorter gearing because it just wants to stall out unless I'm full throttle around here. Go ahead and make the gearing a little shorter then. This thing is definitely feeling much better now. But yeah, it was basically just throwing in the base tune, and then I worked around with the gearing a little bit and tire pressure, and I pretty quickly found a decent spring rate and dampening. So now we're just kind of vibing, messing around with the tire pressures again and gearing. Now it's feeling pretty good. I'm gonna mess around with the rear alignment just because it seems like the car doesn't have too much side vibe, but it really likes it heavily angled.
20 runs later.
Alright, the only problems I'm fighting with now is just issues in elevation changes. It likes to over-rotate, so made some changes and stiffened up the bump stiffness and such to see if that'll help. But as you can see, it is definitely liking angle now. It's right where I want it. Just like I said, those elevation changes are killer. But whenever it's flat, it sure does love it. And I think we might have just dialed it in enough. Just areas like that where I start to go down that little hill, the elevation change hits, and it'll start to want to over-rotate. But that felt better than before. Alright, one last thing I'm going to try, increase the front roll bar to see if that helps a little bit with the elevation as well. It seems like in this transition right here, if I transition just a little bit wrongly, then it doesn't like it and it'll over-rotate. But yeah, we obviously passed it, so seems pretty decent. Definitely a good feeling car. This is better than the Mustang previously. The Mustang was just weird, I feel like. I never actually got it to settle like I wanted. But this one is feeling like a 240. Let's try and get this backwards. Oh, we needed a little more speed. We can get this. I mean, that's kind of backwards. I don't know. I don't know if that counts. I mean, if I wanted to make a tune that just goes in backwards everywhere, I could. That's basically just maxing out the toe. That's kind of backwards. It kind of counts. We're technically backwards. We're over 90 entering the corner, but I've had some better tunes at going in reverse. Absolutely amazing feeling car. I'll run you guys through the numbers on the tune in just a second. We're going to go ahead and finish up this last run since this thing is feeling awesome. Definitely a build that I'm going to use on stream. Which, speaking of stream, go ahead and follow my Twitch. That's where I'll be doing open lobbies and such now. And of course, as usual, it'll be in the description if you're interested. But I think that's going to do it for our last run. Alright, so if you guys want to go ahead and try this car out for yourself, it is up as drift/tandem, my creator tag is Chaseman, and the share code is right here. And for those of you who have been following along and building the car yourself, here are the numbers that I ended up with. Well, we're going to send it off by giving it one last go here at the Horizon Festival. But thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed the tune. Definitely a fun one to rip around. Probably one of my better tunes as well. Up there with the 240SX and the S13. We're not really going to make this too well. We can extend it a little jump drift on in. Might need third gear for this, using all of the turbo in this thing. But yeah, if you're interested in more, go ahead and hit me up on Twitch. I might start doing some live builds there as well. And of course, videos as usual will be coming here. I want to thank you guys one more time for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.